How's it going, YouTube? Welcome to 4MR Ranch. Today I have another head-to-head caliber test video just for entertainment purposes, guys, but it is kind of a match that I am curious in personally. It is the 17 HMR against the 22 long rifle. So right here I have a Savage bolt action 17 HMR. For those of you that don't know, this is a round that is, marketed towards varmints, and many of you guys are familiar with the 22 long rifle. Again, another smaller caliber varmint round. So I was wondering which one is better. So we're going to do a series of tests today for you guys to go ahead and compare that. So first things first, the 17 HMR uses a 17 grain Hornady VMAX bullet. This is pretty much the standard for 17 HMR. There are different variations, but this is definitely the most common ammo for the 17 HMR. That is why I'm using it for the test today. On the other hand, for the 22 long rifle, we're going to be using a 36 grain jacketed hollow point. Again, an extremely common round, and that is why this one is going to be representing the 22 long rifle today. So let's go ahead and put them up against each other and see which one's better. Okay, so first things first, we're going to go ahead and do a water test. 17 HMR is going to be up first to test for penetration through softer. Okay, so taking a look, it only went through, not even through, but just into the first milk jug, completely dissipated all its energy, and that's actually exactly what it's designed to do. That small, light little bullet, you can see all these fragments that the little round did have. And so, I'm really not surprised, but there you go. Straight through one jug into the second, so we've already beat the second. And it stopped inside the fourth jug. And let's go ahead and see if we can recover. There it is. What is left of that 22 long rifle round. Notice that the jacketing is completely gone. 17 HMR against the cinder block. Didn't fully penetrate. It got maybe, I don't know, probably about halfway. Looking at the thickness of the cinder block, it is below this lip. I made sure. Go away. 22 long rifle against the cinder block. Well, leave it to me. Point of view, it definitely looks a lot shallower than what the 17 HMR did. And interestingly enough, when I hit up here for the second time, we still do not have penetration through the cinder block. So these cartridges really are not good at penetrating hard targets. Last but not least, a more accurate representation of if you hit a varmint-sized critter with these cartridges. As you can see, it does its job pretty well when it hits something small and soft. Well, not a whole lot left to show you guys. You can kind of see how fastly that grabbed, including a pretty big chunk that flew about 10 feet away. And that's exactly what the 17 HMR cartridge does, is when it hits something small, it completely just explodes and expels all that energy. Let's go ahead and give the 22 long rifle a shot. All right, 22 long rifle. And I can already tell it's just not doing the job that the 17 HMR does. So let's go ahead and give it a few more shots, see if it can catch up. Two shots with the 22 long rifle still just did not break apart the grapefruit the way that the 17 HMR did. And even though that the 22 long rifle is bigger and heavier, it just is not as efficient as dumping that energy into the target. Alright, so hopefully you learned something about the 17 HMR when compared to the 22 long rifle. So although the 22 long rifle seemed to do a whole lot better in terms of penetration, that's not always what you want, especially in a varmint hunting application. You want something that's going to hit your intended target and just dump all that energy right there in the target and not travel through it. And that's where the 17 HMR really shines. Although it's a small 17 grain bullet, it's moving very fast, and when it hits something, it completely just dissipates that energy. I know a lot of guys that use this round for coyote hunting, and some even for pig hunting, just when they trust their shot good enough. It does the job. So as always, Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please subscribe so you don't miss out on future content. And as always guys, have a good one.